Hi, this is Bobby with the Vespasian Warner Public Library, and I'm here with another tale from the archive where we talk about objects and documents in our local history collection. Today we're going to be talking about Pastime Park, which was the outdoor recreational area in DeWitt County for many decades. The park was located in Tunbridge Township near the town of Kenney, right here on Salt Creek. It belonged to Mr. John Morrison, who was one of the earlier settlers in DeWitt County, and originally he just had a mill there, and he milled lumber and then later grains of all kinds, wheat and corn. People would come to get milled. But Salt Creek floods a lot, and it caused a lot of issues for the Morrison family, so they eventually had to abandon their mill, and they just had this land that was basically useless. Well, later, after the Civil War, John Morrison had an idea of turning it into a recreational area. So he actually built a dam here on the creek to make a very large pond. They built a pavilion up here on stilts. They built about a half a dozen cabins, and they had a recreational area, a recreational park that was very popular, not just for residents of DeWitt County, but people in the surrounding areas would come to Pastime Park. They came for special events at the pavilion, so revivals and musical performances and meetings. They came to go fishing, to go camping. There was a concession stand, and then later the Morrisons even put in a steamboat called the Winona that people could ride up and down Salt Creek for 15 cents a ride, which I think is pretty awesome. I would still like to do that. Eventually, Weldon Springs recreational area was opened, and use of Pastime Park started to die down. It was still in use as late as 1930, but by the 40s it had pretty much stopped being used. The pavilion was torn down in 1920 and people moved their recreation to Weldon Springs. But there are still a lot of people that remember Pastime Park, remember hearing their grandparents talk about it. My great-grandparents went to the old settlers reunions that were held there every year for the families of the first settlers of DeWitt County. And one event at Pastime Park that I found in the paper made me chuckle a little bit. This is from 1889. Last Saturday, the Piscatorial Fishing Club of Clinton made its annual trip to the pellucid waters at Pastime Park, and from early morn till long past dewy eve they enjoyed the sport. The members of the club are Mayor Harris, Colonel J.M. Hardin of Kentucky, J.H. Smith, Hick Mills, Harvey Hitch, and a few lesser celebrities. Colonel Hardin says that he caught a salmon weighing 75 pounds, but none of the other members of the club feel willing to verify his statement. Mayor Harris privately informed the public that the salmon was nothing more than a 2-pound catfish. There is a question of veracity between these distinguished pescatarialists. So I learned a couple of things from this article, the word pescatorial, for one, and I also learned that fishermen have always lied from the very beginning. So thank you for joining me for this tale from the archive, and I hope to see you soon.